FCC, fact sheet, protections for you. Okay. United States District Court. Isn't that funny how the light does that? United States District Court, Eastern District of Michigan, Glendora plaintiff versus Gerald M. Levin et al. And 46 other defendants. A memorandum of law to Chief Judge that Glendora should just pull out and file the complaint in another United States District Court and sue the United States District Court of Eastern District of Michigan pursuant to Rule 77, Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, but she cannot because of the IFP time and labor and dollars invested in serving 47 defendants who are now in default. 1. Under penalty of perjury, Glendora declares that she is telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and always has. So help her God. 2. The violations of Rule 77, Federal Rules of Civil Procedure by the United States District Court, Eastern District of Michigan are so severe and ludicrous, said court should be sued for damages punitive and compensatory under 42 U.S. Code Section 1983 and 1985 for violation of civil rights under color of state, citizens' First Amendment right to petition her government for redress of wrong. This would even be a new one for Moore's federal practice. However, IFP plaintiff Glendora has invested 33 hours of labor and $93 print, post, and travel in service upon 47 defendants pursuant to Rule 4D, Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, to waive costs of serving defendants. Wherefore, therefore, and ergo, plaintiff is trapped with the United States District Court, Eastern District of Michigan, like it or not. Consequently, attached herein is a copy of the complaint. You lost or discarded or destroyed the original. And this cover letter to David Weaver said very precisely that plaintiff is IFP, see pages 37 to 38. Service was by Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, Rule 4D, see pages 35 to 31, Glendora, and that was dated June 19th. Hold it just a second. Hello? Hello?
Hey.
Hello?
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 I'm leaving Pathmark.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. Do you know what time it is?
No, I don't have a watch.
Oh, okay. It's 5:52.
5:52.
Yes.
Okay, Lenny.
10 minutes to 6.
Right.
I'm so glad you called and told me.
Yes.
Okay. See, thank you.
I'll see you soon.
Thanks for doing the groceries, and I look forward to seeing you.
With 2 canes.
Oh, good. Good. I'm glad you got the other one.
Okay, Lenny.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was Franklin. He's leaving Pathmark. Who could miss Bob Hope's picture on the back? Yeah, who could do that and not remember that? Glendora implements all possible to wake up somnolent clerks who don't know how to read, write, and remember. Notwithstanding who could miss the IFP when it is the back page of the complaint. Additionally, when Glendora attached a second copy of the IFP under Weaver's cover letter, res ipso loquitur, Colby was fudging. Indeed, Colby has 3 fabrications in all. He's the clerk. You heard the audio tape conversation with him, 3 of them. Number 2 is a call to Glennie's telephone recorder that he doesn't know what happened to the complaint, that if it could not be filed, it should have been returned. Number 3 is Christie's message the same day on Glendora's telephone answering machine that Jeff said since he didn't hear from Glendora, Glendora was no longer interested in filing, and Jeff threw the complaint away. That could never happen in a district court. Further, when Glendora telephoned Jeff yesterday on July 28th, Friday at 3 p.m., his story then did not match any of the other three. Confronted with this, he ran away. 2930 is up, as you can see, and so this has to be continued on another edition. This is bawling out the United States District Court, Eastern District of Michigan, because they lost a complaint. They just lost it, or destroyed it. Plaintiff is severely damaged and prejudiced by the nonfeasance and malfeasance delineated herein, but worse than that, so is the United States of America. The least a citizen can expect is that her petition to her government for redress of wrong will be handled responsibly. Yes? The complaint with IFP, that means poor person, and Rule 4D service, that means waiving the cost of serving a summons, was addressed to David Weaver, that is, his name was on the envelope. $50 in toll calls and 5 hours of labor researching the morass are further damages. Plaintiff should not have to do clerk's job. The civil cover sheet was sent a few days later. That should have signaled proper processing of the complaint. Is Jeff there because of nepotism, or was he hired on his merits? Whoever screened him for the job is also accountable. TV graphic is United States District Court, Detroit, bombed out. This saga has been reported on TV for the last 2 weeks. Glendora is on 23 cable TV systems, New York metro market to Portland, Oregon. The autism of the United States District Court, Eastern District of Michigan, is hard to intercept. There is no excuse nor justification. You have been caught. Add Leonidas Ralph Meekum to the service list for this memorandum herein. Certainly he should know the nadir federal court administration has reached. Now Meekum is the chief of U.S. court administration in Washington, D.C. My defendants are in default. Plaintiff was all ready and still is to file her Rule 56B motion. That should be 55. 56 is summary judgment. It should be 55. Motion for default judgment. It should be attached herewith, but plaintiff is exhausted by the United States District Court, Eastern District of Michigan failures. Motion will have to wait 3 days. No American should have this problem. United States District Court, Eastern District of Michigan is funded by taxpayers to solve problems, not manufacture problems. You are a poor substitute for a United States District Court. You are too far away to picket, but you are not too far away to sue. Service list. To Zatkoff, he's the chief judge. To Weaver, he's the chief clerk. To Christie, who is in management in the clerk's office. Colby, who is the deputy clerk. The Center for Judicial Accountability Incorporated. Glendora's TV audience, that is you. Meekum, and who to sue. 8 sets, 12 pages, 6 sheets. White Plains, New York, July 29th, 2000. I think you saw a picture of Franklin and Glendora copying this. See that cute little light in that? Something. This is the best equipment. Let me put on the microphone here and let me remind you that John P. de Blasi, Glendora caught him cheating and exposed it to you, and he's been caught cheating again. He was out of the courtroom 31 mornings this summer, taking a course in being a broadcaster, being on TV. John P. de Blasi is caught, and accolades to Bruce Golding Gannett for doing it, for catching him. A cheater, a cheater, a cheater. Now this is a new lawsuit, and it's a lawsuit, Glendora versus Joseph J. Trafficante Jr., Neanderthal, New York State Court Officer, number 1763, the Chief of Court Officer Security for Westchester County, the Chief of Court Officers for State of New York and the City of Mount Vernon defendants. And this is about going into the city building in Mount Vernon to pay a $15 parking ticket and being beat up by an insane court officer numbered 1763. And this is the complaint, and it's off to a very good start. And I write on it a half an hour a day. And so I think I'll wait until it's all written before I read it to you. That would be better than stringing it over several editions. This is the 10th program that we have videotaped this week. So that's enough just to mention it. Another new lawsuit is against the Wall Street, the New York Law Journal, and those defendants are here. Just a second, folks. Get it down to the title page, the caption page. Haven't decided which court I'll file this in. Glendora versus plaintiff versus Bruce Wasserstein, America Lawyer Media Incorporated, George M. Dillaway, Lee Jones, and Julia C. Mead. They wrote a dumb article full of inaccuracies about cable television, about public access, and about Glendora. So it's sort of a libel action in a way. And so that's a very good paper, and I think it would be best to read that to you when it is all in one piece. We don't have time to read to you your rights as stated by the Public Service Commission in Title R, which is Subtitle R, which is Title 9 of the New York Code Rules and Regulations, your protections as a cable TV subscriber, and what you can expect from a cable TV operator. So we will hopefully next week these two law papers will be written and we can read you the whole thing in their entirety. Keep the courage, Flaving. You are the public. You have all of the power. Wake up. You have all of the power.
Process servers. All right. Well, one, I think there's a gentleman out there.
No. Well, I'm going to be sending in a letter.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman.
How you doing? Gregory Jenkins.
It seems that there's a
Jamaica,
it seems to me that there's an orchestrated thing against the district attorney, and there should be somebody here to represent the district attorney.
Yeah, we asked them. They're here.
They're here?
If they're here, they left. They were here. Chris Williams, right?
Chris Williams? Why don't you come down front and hear this?
I can hear fine from back here, Mike.
Okay.
The same attitude they have when they go to...
I just didn't want this to go on without any representation from the district attorney's office. First of all, divorces are horrible in itself, and what spouses thereafter. But when you're picking on some...
The audience, if you're going to speak, please come up and speak to the microphone for the sake of the stenographer keeping the records. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Bill, yes. Mr. Goldstein, what is it?
I wanted to offer...
What is... Are you going to organize this?
I must...
Because if you're not, then I really don't want to hear.
Okay, I must confess that I have in part been privy to all of this, although I can't claim having orchestrated, to use your word, the entire thing, but I produced two programs dealing with the problems of Mr. Fassar and Mr. Vasile, which are currently running on TV. If you want to watch them, they may be educational for your benefit in helping to understand the allegations that are being raised. But the point, independent thinkers. Thank you, Mr. Caracappa. Okay. The point is that there appears to be widespread complaints with regard not only to the conduct of the district attorney, but also with regard to the performance of certain judges within the court system, and certain attorneys and process servers and so on. The question was raised, is this the proper forum? I would like to suggest that a broader forum would be the appropriate forum, and that is the Criminal Justice Coordinating Council. For your edification, for those of you who don't spend your nights reading the county charter, there is a legal body embodied within the charter. Mr. Vasile has the copy of the charter. I can't off the top of my head, but if you have my card, I have a citation there.
You jumped the line, and it's not what I want to hear. But we'll do it. We'll discuss what the appropriate form is. Why don't we go through the people that have complaints related to process serving as quickly and as thoroughly as possible. Back to you. And
No problem. No problem. I find it ironic, and I wish that you, Mr. Don DeAndre, your diligence and your care is noted, because I feel you, and I wish you understood how we feel, because we have been writing letters, been appearing on shows. When I look at Mr. Huzar, Mr. Vasile, I call myself the Three Musketeers. We've been on like 3 cable shows talking about this problem. We have been to countless offices that are supposed to protect us, but don't. I mean, they don't have a clue. And they stand there in your face and lie to you. It's good at the FBI. Well, nobody else has complained. Then I found out he's been there. Mr. Vasili's been there. We've all been there several times, but nobody else has complained. You go to the Department of Consumer Affairs. You know you're going to need a few more people to complain, and then you might have a case. See you later. Walk out the door. Doesn't make any sense to me. Injustice for one is injustice for all. They start with me, then they get somebody else. Who knows how many other people they've got? I brought this before a court in Suffolk County with a Stanley J. Summers, who's an attorney out here in Kornberg or something, Smithtown, whichever town it is.
So Yellen has never been prosecuted in your matter or any other matter in Suffolk County?
To the best of my knowledge, Yellen has not been further prosecuted. And in Suffolk County, I don't think it was ever prosecuted.
He got referred to Nassau County where...
He was prosecuted in Nassau County for 4 cases.
Okay. But none of your cases.
Exactly. None of my cases, so they were not
If I may inject, in 97, I believe, he was undercharged. From what I've determined, I believe in December 97, there was a grand jury convened with Christopher Maturo to testify against Norman Yellen. I can't find out what happened to that grand jury. From what I'm understanding, it was shut down. It was shut down. And he pleaded guilty to jaywalking.
You're not giving me literal facts now. I mean, what happened? He didn't plead guilty to jaywalking.
Okay, three counts of disorderly conduct. Well, when I went to the police academy, was trained years ago. Disorderly conduct is a public place.
If you're going to speak with a stenographer on a public record, you know, speak to the facts so we can...
Well, the facts, those are the facts. He pled guilty to 3 counts of disorderly conduct, 240-20 of the penal law, which is a violation of street crime. Where did he do these forgeries? On a street corner? He did them in his office.
And
It's a serious travesty of
Yell's
justice.
father was a judge. An ex-judge, Yell's father? Am I correct? Okay, that's nepotism. That's the problem.
Any questions for these gentlemen?
Good question. I may have missed this when I stepped out of the room earlier in your testimony. Where is Norman Yellen now?
I was told by one of his victims that he's still in the process serving business. That man shouldn't be touching a parking ticket. He's a career criminal. The people around him are career criminals, and nobody's prosecuting these people. It's unregulated criminality.
You know if he's in Suffolk, Nassau, and Long Island?
Pick any court you want, he's involved in it. And also are his in-laws.
Let me ask, when can we get back to this committee and see what they're doing about it?
We haven't even gotten through what's going on yet. We're through it. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Any other questions for this panel? Is there anybody else who wants to speak about process serving related cases?
Mr. Chairman, if I may take just a few minutes of your time and play this tape, I believe it would help and straighten out the whole situation.
I find that hard to believe, but all right.
Okay. Thank you very much. It'll be easier for her if she just says, see the tape, and she don't have to type it. I'll give her the tape. This tape is a conversation of, yeah, you'll understand.
June 2nd, 2000. County Executive's Office is Tom. May I assist you?
Yeah, Tom Boyd?
Yes.
Yeah, his name was all
How are you doing, Mr. Kuzar? Very good.
Listen, I just called Carmine Vasily, and he told me about a conversation that just happened with you.
Yes, we did. We just spoke.
Let me explain something to you. I've been to the Attorney General a year ago.
Oh, the New York State Attorney?
I've been to the State Police, I've been to the FBI, I've been to the Attorney General, I've been to everybody. And I went to Cadison because I had criminal referrals referred to him by Ed Romaine and also Sergeant Robert Flood of the West Hampton Police. Okay?
Yes, sir.
This son of a bitch, Cashflow, is lying.
Okay.
I had asked for numerous appointments to come down. Let's get down, have a meeting with this. Let's get this and put a stop to this crime. They have lied to me. They have not set up appointments. They have not documented any further evidence. They have not documented other victims. And they are bullshitting you. They're bullshitting me, and I had enough. And I pulled down the Suffolk County charge. Okay? 4 times a year, there's a crime commission that convenes. I notified Gaffney on this. I notified you, your office, and everybody in there. I had enough. Your district attorney's involved in this crime. I had enough. I want a meeting with the commissioner of this crime. I want Gaffney to get off his butt and stop passing the buck to Forbes. Forbes did the right thing and referred this to the feds. As it stands right now, I've notified you people. I don't know how many months ago.
In any way.
Nobody's made a criminal referral to the feds again, just like Cadison has now. Cadison is in this crime. You're getting a bunch of bullshit from the DAs in Suffolk County, and I have too. I had enough. I want this to stop. Not only for me, but the future victims and everybody else. And you sit down and set up a meeting and let me know who the commissioner is of this crime commission, and I want a meeting with him. I want a meeting with the PC. I've got enough documentation to show that the district attorney's been covering this up since '97. They tried to incarcerate me illegally. December 22nd, appoint a receiver of my property.
Sir, can you hold on for just 1 minute?
I had enough, Tom.
I understand. Okay, hold on just 1 second, please. Oh, sorry about this.
That's all right. Now listen, there's public officials that came out with this. Ed Romaine did the right thing. Pat Mahoney did the right thing and referred this to the feds. The feds are jerking this thing around too.
Well,
I had enough. Now I notified the Suffolk County Executive's Office, and you guys need to get off your ass and do something with this. I've been jerked around by the people too. Oh, we're very concerned, I haven't got any phone calls back from you guys. And you told me, you know,
sorry, I just called you back this morning. I just called you back this morning.
I have to.
Yeah, no, I understand.
It's only a minute long.
I don't understand why the district attorney, well, I do understand, why the district attorney is tampering with this because it's involving XDAs. And we all know this. It's no secret anymore.
Okay.
I want a meeting with the crime commission. When is it convenient? 4 times a year they do this.
I honestly have no idea. As I told Mr. Steele before, I'm going to look into when they convene for him today. That's what I'm working on.
Good.
The other thing I told him is that I spoke with the New York State Attorney General today, to their office, and they said that if I was to send them over all of the information that I had, they would be more than happy to look into this.
Well, I think you should do that. That's what your fault. Because this is going to hit the fan.
I absolutely agree. Now, as I said, so that is what we are working on right now. We are also preparing to send it over to the United States Attorney General.
Exactly. I was going to suggest that also.
Exactly. These are the actions that we are taking. Okay. You know, one of the things I didn't get a chance to mention
It's only two
Dr.
seconds.
Steele, was that,
Mr. Chairman,
I don't know if
could you run
you
this
spoke-
meeting, please? Come on. Thomas Vaughan is an investigator for Robert Gaffney's lawyers.
He's a neighborhood aide, which is a guy who takes complaints over the phone, which, not an investigator. It's like your first job out of college type of thing. He answers the phone, people call up and they yell about what's going on in their neighborhoods, and he fills out forms and refers to the right people. I understand there is frustration, and it may be very legitimate. I'm very impressed with the New York Times article. I understand what occurred. There was a process server in the sewer service. There were victims. Victims want justice, and you're looking for justice. And I appreciate that, and I think the committee members appreciate that. The presentation is a little all over the place, and it's very hard to keep it focused, and I apologize for that. It's, obviously not through my planning. What we're going to try to do is to bring the district attorney's representative forward. Hopefully they can comment on this particular Yellen case, which is clearly a problem for many people, and we'll take it from there. Let's do that next. All right? Thank you. I would urge you not to play that tape anymore. It's not particularly helpful. Mr. Flowery or Mr. Williams, can you comment on Yellen specifically?
I couldn't hear the report session.
I don't think you need to. I think what you need to do, if you can, is to tell us if you're familiar with this particular process server, what occurred, and whether these people, I don't think, they want prosecution, but ultimately what I think they're really after is that if they were served papers and they weren't actually served, they want their cases reopened because they're getting judgments against them that they didn't even know they had a lawsuit.
We have some familiarity with the matter, but I think it would be inappropriate for me to comment when my familiarity is really just in passing at this point, Legislator Bishop, and we will certainly inform ourselves as to the status of the matter within our office, and if it does not jeopardize the prosecution or conflict with any confidentialities, I'll be glad to report back to this committee.
Would you engage in a brief hypothetical with me? If there was a hypothetical processor who is conducting sewer service, and he is found guilty and prosecuted, is there recourse for the people that were victims of the sewer service?
There would be civil recourse for them against that server, yes.
Okay.
And certainly there would be criminal penalties attached to such a process if it could be proven and established in court.
Right. And in general, if it could be proved and established in court that that a process server was conducting sewer service, your office would be interested in that and would want to prosecute that?
Yes.
Oh, no. Okay. Thank you. And I assume that at our next meeting, which is when? August 1st, you'll be back, sure, to report on this matter. I think that's all I could fairly ask. You didn't know this was coming down today, and I'll give you the eye. Thank you.
Just on that
Okay.
hypothetical case, on that, what happens then within the case where the person is losing his house because he hasn't been served? Would that case be reopened?
Again,
Even if it's
that
beyond the
aspect of it,
statute of limitations?
yeah, that aspect of it is governed by the civil rules. It's outside of my role as a prosecutor to deal with that. I'm sure that one can reopen and set aside a civil judgment that was based on some underlying fraud. But that would be up to the individual and his private attorney to deal with the civil aspects of the case. If on the criminal aspects of the case, if there was a question of the loss of out-of-pocket expenses to a class
The perfect, now it goes on to leased access. You can buy time on a cable company. They have to provide it for you. And here's 2 pages of Congress mandates on that. Do you watch leased access? Of course, on Cablevision, it's hard to tell where it is or what it is or when it is. Now, this is franchise fees. Do you know that Congress let you pay for the franchise fees? A cable company has to pay a municipality 5% for the use of its public right-of-way, that is, to string wires. And they pass that on to you. If I were you, I would object to that. These billionaires, why are they billionaires? You have made them billionaires. Why are their pockets bulging with millions and billions? Because they're so greedy and they have so much money, and with all that greed and all that wealth, they can pay the 5%. Don't you let them pass it on to you, the subscriber. You subscribers, you got to form a coalition, and you've got to read these laws, and you've got to know your rights, and you've got to get down to your municipality and stand in front of them, and you've got to quote these rights. Modification of franchise obligations. Well, Cablevision with the public access quit tried right in the middle of a franchise agreement to alter everything. Fortunately, Riverhead Southhold, that periscope that you see, is Katy Cat. Katy Tiger Cat. The mast is going down. The mast was straight up because she was eating. Or she found food when she jumped up here. A cable operator may not obtain modification under this section of any requirements for services relating to public, educational, or governmental access. And that's where we didn't realize it, but that's where we had it. And that's why I'm reviewing this law. We had them during the public access kit. They were trying to change the PEG rules. It says right here, you can't do it. Yeah. And I guess that Riverhead, Southhold, and Southampton knew that. So maybe next week I'll read you some more of the laws on cable television. There's lots of laws there to protect you, the consumer. I have to report to you that I'm reading this book, Grand Dame, Great Dames, and the woman that I rescued on the Cross County Parkway who was stranded. She wanted to give me something. I don't want books, I don't want candy, I don't want flowers, I don't want money. I just want her to pass that on to somebody else. When she goes down the road and sees somebody in trouble, stop and help. Anyway, I finally finished reading the frivolous things about Kitty Carlisle Hart and her husband Moss Hart, a Broadway. I don't know if he's a producer or a lyricist or what. Or wrote, lyrics, I guess. I finished reading that. Now I'm on Constance Baker Motley. She is the Negro woman lawyer who argued before the Supreme Court, Board of Education, Brown versus the Board of Education, which said that it was illegal to have segregation in the schools. She went on to become a borough president, I believe, in Manhattan, and she went on to become now a federal judge. And that is where she is today, in the Southern District of New York in Manhattan. She ruled on a case of mine. She betrayed her country. She ruled for the crooks and against the patriots. So I have no high feelings for Constance Baker Motley. However, there is a mistake in this book. I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to ask you if you can find out what the mistake is. This book says that Connie Motley first saw Martin Luther King Jr. in the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals in Atlanta. What's the mistake? You know better than that. The Fifth Circuit is in New Orleans, in Atlanta is the 11th Circuit. And this author, her name is Marie Brenner, goes on to say that Carney had a nice judge, that he wasn't prejudiced against black people, and that the judge's mother had even run off the porch one day and went out and stood at the bus stop with a black woman so that the bus would stop. Anyhow, what's wrong with that? Well, when you go before the circuit, you don't go before one judge. You go before 3 judges. So I'm going to copy this in the front and send it to Connie Baker Motley and ask her, what's wrong with this paragraph? There are 2 mistakes in this paragraph. Can you find them? And there were many mistakes in your decision against Glendora. Moving on. I think it's so wonderful, the soil. I bury the compost every day. Compost is organics. Instead of throwing it into the rubbish, the garbage pail, I keep a separate pail. You know, bits of lettuce, bits of vegetables left over, anything that's organic. And I put it in the soil to enrich the soil. I'll never be able to pay back all the riches that the soil has given us, but I can certainly do that little part. And I think it's so wonderful. There the soil is. You put a seed in it and pop. You got the most beautiful creation, a plant, a tree, a flower. And so I admire that, and I praise God for that. And of course you have to add air and water, and you have to add light. But these are all wonderful creations of God. So I just wanted to mention that to you. We have a vituperation of the United States Supreme Court by Gene Krasinski coming up. I hope it makes this edition. If it doesn't, I'll have to make the next edition, which you won't see. And I want to mention to you that Texaco has not made a peep about the task force legislating no retaliation. It just can't be done. If it can be done, then litigate Charles Bryant, who shows retaliation all of his life long. So I haven't heard a peep from Texaco on that 300-page paper I handed in, annotating the task reports for 1997, 1998, and 1999. The one for 2000 is just about to come out. So remind me to go over there and get the one for 2000 and to annotate that. All right. So I guess we will also, I want to play you the Alliance for Community Media. They tell why it's so important for you to have community media. So let us go to, as Werner Wolf used to say, let us go to the videotape. I say, let us go to the audio tape. I have audio tape conversations to play you. This is Cross America. These conversations, cross-section America, show you what is going on in America today. This is the Ruiz family, the people who had Rocky and were so mean to Rocky, and took him to the pound to be killed, and I rescued Rocky. But I call up and I remain friendly to those people, and I called up to find out about Berlin, and she's in Mexico. Okay, that's report number 1. The next report is from a woman, Rosette, who has been knocked around and whose rights have been violated by the system of courts and crooked judges and corrupt lawyers for years. And so I told her to go to the library and read and find the laws that they broke, and then to go down to the pro se office in Manhattan and get the forms to file a pro se complaint. Or at least I told her that's what I would do if that happened to me. I cannot give legal advice, and that right has been stolen from me by the New York legislature, who has made it a law that nobody can give legal advice except a lawyer. That is not right. We got to change that. So here is the report. We put it in the recorder that it was recorded in, and then it'll sound better to you.
Praying for you. Oh, thank you so much. I've been doing research on those laws. Oh, good for you. And I've been, you know, I got a couple of them, and now I just have to get myself downtown and file my lawsuit. Oh, so, good for you. Yeah, I'm trying to get everything together. I want to get all my facts together before I go down there. And
I bet you that makes you feel better already.
Excuse me?
I bet it makes you feel better already.
Oh, much better. It really does. I'm really turning a lot of my anger into effort, and I'm not going to let them win. I'm not going to let them rest.
That's the American girl.
That's right. They're not getting away with it. I said, no way. I said, they put me through this, and now I'm going to show them what they created.
That's the girl. That's the girl.
How you doing, Glendora?
Doing fine. Good.
Okay. Let's take a pause here.
Thanks. I'm proud of you, Rosette.
The next report is Paul LaPlante at Cablevision Rockland, and he does a wonderful job handling the public access programs.
I'm sorry that I'm not available to take your call right now, but please leave your name, number, and a brief message. I will call you back as soon as I can. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Hi, Paul. It's Franklin and Glendora. And we will be there Thursday, the last Thursday of the month as always, to pick up a hidden truth and to pick up a chat with Glendora. And we thank you so much the way you put all the tapes together for us and for all of the cable casting that you do. We really appreciate what you've done for us. Thank you. What happens when ducks fly upside down? They quack up.
Next report is Phil Goldstein, and it's a good report.
Who was that?
Somebody wants to make a contribution.
Monday, 2:43 p.m.
Glendora, this is Phil Goldstein. I just got your copy of the motion that you sent me. I want to inform you that John Figliosi called me this morning to inform me that Cablevision was in error and that he had contacted them with regard to the 13 weeks rule and that it was negated and that nothing is in fact in effect pending the resolution of the PSC's discussion with Cablevision with regard to their improper action. So just wanted to give you that update.
That's great. Cablevision can't go through with that foolish 13-week renewal all the time and having a local sponsor sign it and take the responsibility. That is a terrible thing. Oh, good. I mean, they're taking the local responsibility. But this is great that the Public Service Commission told Cablevision they couldn't do it. Okay. Let me cue up the next report. The next report is a fight with Shirley Bruno. Shirley Bruno is in charge of the public access in Great Neck, a little bit of Manhasset. And this happened when I handed in my tapes on the last... Here, let me put it in this recorder. It plays better because it was recorded on this.
It had one date made something, then it changed on the screen to make something else, then it changed to another date. The operator that played it said, when do I start the tape? It had no bars. He didn't know when to start it. There's a person playing a tape, not a machine. And they visually cue the tapes up. And if the tapes have bars and tone and you're a pain in the neck. Those are the standard rules for cable cast. Okay, can I have my tapes, please? I want to go to Queens. Okay. So review that. It had 3 dates on the front of it. How can you play that so? Did you ever pay attention to the content of these programs? That it's standing up for America's rights? Did you ever? That's what's important. 3 days, 30 seconds too long. That's not what is important. What is important is that these are standing up for free speech. Okay, listen. If you want people to listen to what you're saying, then make it clear. I don't have to ask you for people to listen to what I'm saying. I get 41 calls per program, so I'm not in any destitution for viewers. Well, the viewers here, what is important is, and they don't understand what they're watching. They're calling you and asking. Well, I want to hear those calls. I want to hear them.
Produce them.
Okay. What is important is the content and the fight for rights. And you come up with... Nobody's listening to your message if it's not on correctly. Don't you want it correctly? You can't. Would you like it if nobody could see the program? I just gave you substantiation. 41 calls per program. I'd like to see that. Well, then watch the program. They're documented. They're documented on the program. They're played on the program. But you don't care about content. All you care about is little trivia. I care that the audience sees what you're saying. You don't see what I'm saying. You watch what I'm saying.
So we have great neck, we have little neck, and we have pain in the neck, Shirley Brewer. And she even said she wasn't even going to cablecast the program, and boy, if she does that, she will be sued on the spot. Time out for the next report. Next chat with Glendora. Franklin called his brother, and the doctor had just come in and told his brother, that his name is Lawrence, that he had cancer. Cancer in the pancreas, in the liver, and it had spread to the lung. Folks, this happens to all of us. It's going to happen to you, it's going to happen to me, it's going to happen to Franklin. And Lawrence said, I have had a good life. I have had a wonderful life, is what he said. I don't know how much longer it's going to last. So, be thankful now, folks. Be happy now, because it's only going to get worse. Now, Larry could live for another 10 years. Tom DeLuca told us about a man, the doctor said he had cancer and he was going to die in a month. Well, he's still living, and that was 10 years ago. Be thankful and cheerful and happy for what you have now. It's only going to get worse. This is a report to Lori Galgano that all of the big fight about her losing the Tuesday afternoon editing and my not having the Tuesday morning editing because I called 30 seconds too early. That great big fight, all because the person wanted the Tuesday afternoon editing. They took it away from Lori, gave it to somebody else, and guess what? I was there until 3:41 p.m. and the person who took the Tuesday afternoon editing never showed up. Things are not right. Things are not being done honestly down there. This is ordering my groceries from Andrew at Seatown, and William delivers them, and that's nice. It's so heavy taking those packages into the house. It turned out to be $91.
Oranges. The oranges that you sent last week were superlative. Oh, they were so good. 4 apples.
Conversation with Diane Bennett. There's a light missing down in the hallway at Lynbrook. That's dangerous. And it has such a cumbersome system of ordering the editing time. When I was on TCI for 7 years, I edited every Thursday afternoon at 3 p.m. I've been on Cablevision now since 1993. That's 7 years. Why can't I edit every Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. To 1 p.m. And also lock on the bathroom door got fixed, so you don't walk in on somebody, or somebody didn't walk in on you. And why can't I just have that time and do it the way Tom Garger used to do it? Tom Garger ran public access very sensibly. So, following Bennett is a conversation by Goldberg, a chat with Glendora Goldberg, and Claire Vogel, who's a public access producer, belongs to the Manhattan group of public access producers. Steve Laurie called. I want to talk to him. Steve Laurie was absolutely the best public access coordinator we ever had, and that's why Cablevision fired him. Jim Burness, having trouble with ordering editing time. He doesn't know how to do it. The whole thing is all mixed up. He too should have a regular spot. He should have Wednesday morning. This is a conversation to chat with Glendora, Charles Galkin, who lives near Charles Dolan in Oyster Bay. Charles Galkin's father was a judge. I find Charles Galkin a very interesting creation of God. He's going to go see the tall ships. This is a conversation with Tammy at LTV. LTV in the last month has fallen apart, I believe. They don't return the tapes. She told me she had 10 tapes piled up, not cablecast. And I sent her the public access kit just as a matter of information. They don't come under it because they're another third-party corporation running public access. And she said she never received it. So I'm having a little problem here with LTV. I hope they shape up. The program there is supposed to be at 6:30 on Fridays after the council meeting. So let's hope that irons itself out and be a smooth operation the way it was, Tammy. I told her I want the public to have this information. That's you, the public. You got to say that I'm always looking out for you. This is Steve Shade, the Public Service Commission, State of New York, saying he will not sponsor a chat with Glendora, and yet he insists upon a sponsor. So that is limiting and prohibiting public access. This is in Forest, Troy, Schenectady, and Albany.
Will you be my sponsor up there? I'm not going to do that, but you can find somebody. I don't want to do that, but well, you find somebody for me, because I don't know anybody up there. I do know a lot of people up there because they remember me from my television show. You know, Glendora, I don't, personally, I don't care if it's shown. I mean, I'm sure whatever we said is what we said. What'd you say? You personally don't what? I don't have any problem with it being shown. I mean, it's fine to show it, but it's not, I don't think it's my place to go out there and do it.
Okay, enough of that. Let's move on to the next chat with Glendora. Chat with Bob Goldberg. Telling him that we report on him a lot. Good things he does.
You never see them, but some of them might show up on the NASA audition. Okay, and I got your letter today with the comments on my newsletter. Oh, good. Which I thank you for. Oh, you're welcome. And that's one of the things I said on TV. I don't know if it's your edition, but that I said Bob Kornberg, what a good thing he does with his newsletters.
Will be continued on another edition. Sorry you're not going to get to see it.
At the backstage, but that would cost $300. I'm sorry that there's so much evil to fight that it leaves no time to take care of these things. Okay. Just taking the chance that you were in. My number is 914-949-9495. You did not leave your name. And here's today's joke. What's a rare book? It's a book that somebody borrows and returns. I'll give this message to Tammy then. Oh, I know it. How you doing? Oh, very well. I called you up to thank you for that slot that you gave the programs at 6 p.m. Oh, great. Yes, thank you, Laura. No problem. Did you have a hard day? Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah. I'm gonna go see my boyfriend tonight. Oh, that's fun. Excited. Yes, it is fun. Yeah, that's fun. Yep.
But I'm leaving here in a few minutes.
Yeah, that's good. Where are you going to meet? What town?
Well, he's working tonight, so I'm going to go stop in and bring him a cup of coffee.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You'll like it.
Yeah.
Well, I got to get home and get to bed early. I'm fighting a cold.
Oh, you are?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going around, though, from what I hear. I think a lot of people...
Well, you know, it was the rapid change in the weather.
Is that it?
Well, sure. You know, because there it was muggy, hot, 90 almost.
Yep.
And then, boom, it goes to 54.
So nice, though. What a nice breeze.
Oh, I love it, yeah. But that's what makes it cold.
Well, it's beating me up pretty good.
Yeah, that's right. So that's you know how you're getting middle-aged. If you're out and you're faced with two temptations, you will take the one that gets you home at 9 p.m. So you're going to go home.
You're right, I do.
Okay, well, thanks a lot. I couldn't send you any specials this week. They all went to Manhattan Cable TV, 5 of them.
No problem.
Yeah.
There's always room whenever you want to send them.
Oh, that's good. You're terrific that way.
Thanks, Gwen.
Amy Galumbo called me up when I was editing.
Oh, she did?
Of all things, yeah, and it's awful hard when you're editing to leave, because you have to watch so many buttons, and so, and even alone, I'll push the wrong button. So I went, but she was...
Take care. Do you know what a rare book is?
What's a rare book?
A rare book is a book you loan somebody and they return it.
You're not kidding. I can think of a couple of rare books that I've had.
So the import is that you know how much I appreciate what you did for us.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you, Glendora.
Yeah, you're really terrific. Amy Galembo called and said, good news that Hop Hog has their own channel now for public access.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah, Channel 70.
Excellent.
Isn't that great news, huh?
That is good news.
Yeah. I feel sorry for those people struggling with that over there. So she's very...
No longer.
Yeah, she's very, very happy. Okay, Pat. So I appreciate the Super VHS you gave me.
Sure. Look forward to seeing you on Tuesday.
Yeah, are you going to be in Tuesday morning?
God willing, I will be.
Oh, really? I thought that would be Rob because
Wait a minute. You're right. Actually, I'm just... you know something? Well, let me not be premature, because we may have to swap, and I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, there is something in the works, and I have to talk to Rob about. So.
You know, I know how you heard about Rob putting the CD from Line Out. I think you must have heard it because I write on the sheet. You know the sheet you give us to sign?
Uh-huh.
I write down all the things that happen, all the good things that happen. I must have put it down there and you might have read it.
Oh, he mentioned it to me as well, because like I was saying, he sometimes likes to kid me, like to one-up me about something I didn't know about. And
yeah.
It's true. Right.
I called Rich Ruggles to tell him, but Rich wasn't in, but Mike, Rich Benevent answered the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him if he would ask him if he would please tell Ruggles.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows about it.
Yeah, so I think that's a really good thing.
Yeah.
It was too bad. Of all times, I should never have forgotten my CD, so I couldn't really test it out last Tuesday. That would have been a moment of truth. But
well, yeah, I actually tried the similar thing because I have a CD player like you have, and there was actually a port on the side of the machine that I never plugged into, and it turns out that it was actually an additional output.
And it was good.
It was a hot signal. It was a loud, fairly strong signal.
Oh, good. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
That's marvelous.
Yeah. Learn something new every day.
Yeah. Something else went through me. Oh, do you read those things that I write?
Oh, from time to time, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we'll put them in the comments.
Yeah, that's good. I think it's interesting to get people's comments. Well, okay, I'm really happy for us all that about Hop Hog. That's good news.
Well, thanks for the update. I appreciate that.
Okay, Pat.
Mr. Franklin.
Yeah, we'll see you Tuesday. Maybe you'll get in later, and we'll see you.
And to the kiddies.
Oh yeah, the kiddies. The kiddies. I am so sorry that you missed Ginny going in the car.
1 second. I'm sorry.
What'd you do?
Sorry about that.
That's okay. I'm so sorry. It was so cute. Ginny goes for a ride. You know, she loves cars. Isn't that queer?
That is strange. I don't think many cats like rides in cars, but
No, and if somebody's car and the door is open, she just gets in. And it worries me because it could drive off with her. But anyhow, I hadn't had time to take her for a ride for a long time, and so I did, and she just loved it. And I had pictures of it, and it was so cute. Okay, Pat.
okay. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Take care.
Bye bye. That was Pat Galino. Hear the big news over on the other line. Hop Hog has its own public access channel. No more shared telecare. No more shared telecare. Isn't that marvelous? So you heard all of the conversations on this one. They were interesting, weren't they? It's 4 o'clock, everybody. I get to eat. I fasted all day up until 4 o'clock, and this is the 5th day. Oh boy, eat time.
Mark Schuker.
This is 206-728-1962. Please leave a message and I will get back to you.
Please wait.
This is Glendora, and he had the apartment before you moved in. Would you ask Mark Schuken, S-H-U-K-E-N, to call Glendora, 914-949-9495. I need his new number, and I'm his friend and admirer. Please give him. Thank you so much. Hello?
Franklin is back.
Hello? Here's your cat.
Hello, Katie.
Is that a hello, Katie? You blink your eye? One blink, right? That's hello?
Your call is being answered by Audix.
Robert Whitley.
Is not available. To leave a message, wait for the tone. Record at the tone.
Robert Lenley, yesterday I sent my agent to see the shareholders list. And the law says clearly that the shareholders list has to be shown to the agent or to the shareholder or to the attorney. And that idiot Former said that he would not show the shareholders list to my agent Franklin. And the law says clearly that I shall make extracts thereof. And idiot Former said no copies. And there's nothing in the law that says that one person has to give it to you. And Former used the cop-out that Virginia Cellhouse was taking care of this. But she wasn't in. It doesn't matter whether Virginia Cellhouse is in or not. Somebody has to show that shareholders list to a shareholder. And then Former broke the law on count 4, which is you have to write a letter each time. Well, you don't. The inspection continues until complete. Now, when are you going to get rid of that screwball Former and stop costing shareholders all this money in litigation? This is Glendora, 914-949-9495.
Hello, you have reached the chambers of Justice de Blasi. This is his secretary, Doreen Rossi. If you'd like to leave a message, you may do so after the beep. If you are calling about a case, please be advised that you will need to speak to the court clerk, Janet Shield Jackson, at 285-4027. Thank you. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
So we're going to have a 50-50 for the veterans, try to get some money to give something to the hospital.
Oh, that's good.
That's where we're at.
Benny,
Which hospital?
We give it to Montrose and...
Montrose, huh?
Yeah, we donate to different things around here, too. The Meal on Wheels for the senior citizens and stuff like that.
Who, the veterans do?
Yeah.
But people should donate to the veterans.
Well, some people do, but I have to go around and...
Veterans deserve our best.
People, and they're pretty good to me. When I come around, they always donate something.
Well, who can resist you?
That's what they say, you again? What are you doing that's exciting for TV?
Oh, good. I'm really aftering those crooks.
Good.
Getting after them. Will you turn on channel 45 and see if the audio and video are okay?
45, I got it right. Oh, yeah, you're right there.
Oh, good. How's the audio?
Very good. I did a commercial for Morgan Stanley a few weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
To Harrison, Fort Chester.
Oh, that's good.
I'm trying to get involved with
Oh, that's good, Benny.
TV and commercials and stuff like that.
Oh,
Belongs to this outfit at White Plains, and they've been sending me to different places to try to get me involved with TV and stuff like that.
really?
Oh, hi, it's Glendora.
Oh, you're good on TV.
No, we're trying.
Oh, he's not
Yeah.
there. Okay, we'll be over to pick up the car.
Oh.
No.
Well, take care of the veterans for me, Benny.
You know I will.
Yeah, my husband's a veteran.
I know it. You take care, and thanks for calling me.
Yeah, I gotta try to get him to do something about the veterans. Okay, Benny.
Take care, dear.
Bye-bye.
How much is it? Okay. All right.
Did you talk to you anything about the price this morning?
No. So, all right, Lisa, we'll be over to get it.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
September 7th, 2013, 7 a.m. Actually 6:55 a.m. on the Beacon, on the way to the government center. for all argument. Bruiser Kip. And stand up for America. Just a few memos. Federal Courthouse hasn't had any handicap parking. Depressing. Seeing New York Police Department. Leading people in handcuffs into a courthouse. I saw 2, 3 of them. One was a woman with a very short skirt. What did we do down here? We looked around for a parking space and looked around for a parking space. On Mott Street, on Little Street, on Canal Street, on Worth Street, on Lafayette Street, on Franklin Street. A municipal parking lot here charges $4.50 for an hour. Can you imagine that? That's 10 quarters. No, 18 quarters, right? Yeah, 18 quarters for an hour. So I'm waiting around here, and it's 9:24 p.m. And I fed the birds. I fed them about 6 slices of bread, and I fed a squirrel. We're waiting for 9:30. At 9:30, we will leave for the courthouse. Franklin made copies of the New York State Business Corporation Law, Article 13, Foreign Corporations. Minus Pre-Med, minus Med-Create. Looked at the map to see how to distribute tapes today. Guess what we have to do? From here, after the oral argument, we have to go over the Brooklyn Bridge and go to Flatbush to Public Access Brooklyn. And then find the BQE.
In mailbox 4. Mailbox 1. Tuesday, 11:47 a.m. Tuesday, 11:49 a.m.
This is a message for Glendora from the Ethics Commission for the Unified Court System. We understand you're interested in
is Amy Van Horn calling from Cablevision in Woodbury. I hope you're doing good. You too, Franklin. I just got your new special in the mail, number 2800-5, and I'm going to put it on for you this Saturday, September 9th at 6 p.m. If there's any questions, please give me a call at 516-393-3. And I'll also leave a message on your other machine. I did get your message this morning. Thank you very much. That was nice of you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Tuesday, 3:57 p.m.
Hi, Glenn. This is Rakia from WNBC. I just wanted to make sure that you wanted to raise the numbers for WNBC and not PAX or both. Can you please give me a call back at 664-2346? Meanwhile, I'll just put together some rates and ratings for PAX and WNBC and just send them over to you, okay? Thanks. I also need your fax number, okay? Again, my name is spelled R-O-K-E-I-A. Bye.
Tuesday, 4:39 p.m. Hello, this is Roger Galo, returning your call, returning my call. I'm at 215-886-2174, and I was the gentleman who called you last week about possibly some representation in the Philadelphia, New Jersey area. It's approximately 4:40 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon, the 5th of August, and I will be at that number until probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock. I look forward to talking with you a little bit more about that issue. Bye. Tuesday, 7:33 p.m. Hi, Gene Crescenzi. Listen, I've been waiting for you. I know you tried to call me, but I'm ready to go anytime you call me. Okay. I'm now at the 6525299 number. Okay, thank you. Tuesday, 8:36 p.m. End of messages. 2, save all messages. Hang up. 2, delete all messages. In a mailbox, press 3 and send the mailbox number. Messages deleted. 2, save all. Saturday, 8:48 a.m. End of messages. Messages deleted. No messages. In mailbox 3. 2, save. Tuesday, 12:25 p.m.
Hi, Glendora. This is Amy calling from Cablevision over in Woodbury. I wanted to let you know I got your new special, number 2805, and I'm going to put it on for you this Saturday, September 9th at 6 p.m. If you have any questions, please give me a call, 516-393-3617. I hope you had a really good weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Wednesday, 12:26 a.m.
Hello? Someone beats me? This number? Michelle?
She's out to lunch. May I take a message?
Oh, she doesn't need lunch. Yes, please. I just wanted to thank her for scheduling the special on Saturday night the 9th.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Alrighty. I will pass that along.
Okay. And, what is a rare book?
What is a rare book?
It's a book you loan a friend and he returns.
That is true.
Okay, Bob, thanks again for all you do for us.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Okay.
Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, this is Philadelphia. Philadelphia call. I'm asking about representation.
Thank you for calling us at 215-886-2174. No one is in to take your call now, but it is important to us and we'd like to return it. Please leave a name, number, and message at the tone. If you are faxing, do so now. Thank you.
Hi, this is Glendora, and I'm returning your call. My number is 914-949-9495. You asked about representation, and I don't know what that is about, but I'd be happy to talk to you. Joke of the day. What do you call a rare book? What is a rare book? A rare book is a book that a friend that borrows and returns. Take care. Afternoon, John Ribiro, please. Please hold. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Can I help you?
Hi, I waited 5 minutes and then I get a recording and it isn't the person I want. Is John Ribiro there?
He doesn't work here anymore. He was transferred to a different person.
John was transferred to... Okay, where is he gone, please?
John Ribiro does not work here at BCAT anymore.
Where is he gone, please?
I don't know, sir.
You don't have a forwarding number for him?
Would you like to speak with someone else?
Yes, Anita, please.
Hold.
Anita, please.
Please hold.
This is Onita. I knew her.
You've reached the office of BCAT Director Onita Coward Mayers. Mrs. Mayers is not available to take your call, but if you'll leave a message, she will get back to you. Thank you for calling.
Hi, Onita. It's Glendora. Thank you for cablecasting a chat with Glendora. Can you tell me the whereabouts of John Ribiro? Where did he go, and do you have a forwarding number for him? Would you tell the drop-off and pickup that I will be in tomorrow, September 7th, somewhere between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. To pick up tapes for a chat with Glendora and for the Hidden Truth. My number is 914-949-9495. I remember all the pretty clothes that you used to wear up at Teleprompter in Manhattan, up at, what was it called? Oh yeah, Paragon. Thank you, and today's joke is, what is a rare book? A rare book is a book you loan a friend, and he returns it to you. Take care. Afternoon, Karen Heck, please. Karen Heck, please.
Who's calling?
Well, I asked for her before.
Yeah, I know, but she's not here.
Okay, well...
you want to leave a message for her on her machine?
Yes, what's her extension?
260.
Okay, thank you.
You reached the master control department. Nobody's in at this available time. You can either call Karen Heck at extension 260, or you can leave a message at the tone.
Karen Heck, it's Franklin Glendora. We miss you. You were the best. Will you please call us at 914-949-9495?
If you are satisfied with this message, press pound.
To review, press 1. Re-record, press 2. Append, press 3. To cancel, press stop.
Why does the telephone answering machine interrupt our message right in the middle? Will you call us at 914-949-9495? And we'd like to know if you would sponsor us in Morris and in Bergen, a chat with Glendora, as it was in Yonkers. We thought you were terrific, and it's just not as much fun. We like Brenda, of course, known her for years, in fact, longer than we've known you, but it's not as much fun not to see Karen Heck. And you have 2 babies now, we think. And I'm glad you went back to work for Cablevision, although it wasn't in our area, but it's nicer for you, closer to home. And what is a rare book? A rare book is a book you loan somebody and they return it. Take care. Hi, John. It's Glendora. I have a declaration to make. Since I can't get the message center fixed,
Must be John at the Lincoln firm. Cut off. I'm doing Friday's telephone. Jackie Brower, I think I'm going to write her a letter.
Lee Miles, how can I help you?
Oh, hi, Steve.
Yes, Glendora, how are you?
Good. How's your wife?
Thanks for asking. She's feeling a lot better the last 2 weeks.
See, that's the prayers.
The sciatica has subsided, and it's like she feels kind of okay. She's not moving around too much, but she's moving around a little bit more.
Oh, that's good news. That's the prayers.
God bless you. Thank you so much for caring.
Yes, and for praying. And for praying. We prayed for her.
Hang on 1 second. Also, the other kind of like divine intervention.
Yes, it is. How is Rusty?
I think he's okay.
Is he okay?
Yeah, sure.
Can I talk to Joe Fiorella?
Let me see if he's available. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Thanks, hon. Hold on.
All right.
didn't bring it with me.
You did?
I hate that name. When somebody told me once, and I said, I got to write this down for Glendora. And I put it on a card, and I don't have it with me.
You forgot it?
Next time, I'm going to put it in my wallet. This way, when you call impromptu like this, I'll be ready for you.
That's nice, Joe. I got the hoodliner put in.
Good.
I got to Ackerman to do it. Ackerman got material that they use on the new cars. And so he put it in, and it was $50.
Oh, that's great.
Well, it is, because Lincoln Mercury out in Hempstead wanted $170.
Yeah, it's easy.
So it's in. Now, he says that, is there such a thing as an EGR valve or something? ECR? EGR?
There's something called an EGR,
yeah.
Pollution system somewhere.
Yeah, EGR. Okay, he says I need a new hose because it's blowing oil up onto the new hoodliner. Can you order one for me? We'll come down and put it in?
That's an emissions thing. We wouldn't do that.
Oh, you don't do that? You don't do that?
No, that's an emissions thing. That could throw off the emissions. Yeah, EGR valves on Lincolns, I think are part of the, I think they're tied into the exhaust system, but I'm not sure. If you give me a little time to research it.
Okay, it's he showed it to me. It's up near the breather.
Yeah, but it might be tied into the exhaust system. You know, into the manifolds.
Oh, yeah?
Where it has to be done by a guy who does exhaust, exhaust work. But I don't know. I'm still in guessing.
You're about the most exhausted person I ever saw.
Yeah. That's no joke.
Okay.
Okay, so let me do a little research on it, and give me a call back tomorrow, and I'll be ready with my joke and tell you what the EGR is all about.
Yeah, I'll call you back when I can. I don't think it'll be tomorrow.
I know your schedule, Bob.
Because I have to go.
For you.
I'm going down before the Second Circuit before 3 judges and argue a case.
Oh, good luck.
And then I go to Brooklyn and Queens to hand in my program back up to the other side of the Bronx.
Oh, boy, you're big.
And Yonkers and Manhattan, too, so I may not get around to it tomorrow.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
I'll be ready for you.
Oh, good. How is Rusty?
He's fine.
What did you think? He is fine?
He's fine.
I keep asking for a home
Franklin. That's about Rusty. Ask about Franklin.
No, Franklin is good. My dog is good.
Good. Out of the head for me, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, now I wanted to ask you something else. What did you think of the lawsuit I wrote?
Oh, that was great. That was real entertaining.
Yeah, good, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it's true.
I wrote everybody's name in there. I was going to keep them in my wallet, but dropped them when they're giving me tickets.
So, no, it's a good lawsuit. I haven't heard from Alabama court. I'm going to call them up. But I thought Alabama was a good place to do it because they hate New York.
Yeah, that's how I looked at it. God, I couldn't even figure it out.
Yeah. Okay, I'll call you as soon as I can, Joe.
Take care.
And you know what a rare book is? Dr. Lucas, Glendora, I wanted to talk to you about a desktop model, a copying machine that will do 10 copies at a time. Mine is a wonderful machine and still is. It does just 1 copy at a time. And I would like to think about leasing one, not buying one. Do you have any of those facts? It's Glendora and Franklin at 914-949-9495. Take care. Oh, what is a rare book? A rare book is a book you loan somebody and they return it. You today? Good, thank you. Thank you for the... Can I take a message? Okay. Hi, it's Tom Rogers there. It's Glendora.
Oh, hi. I'm afraid he's not. Can I take a message?
Yes. Could you please call me?
Okay.
How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Thank you for the book you sent me.
Well, you got it? Great.
And I read it, and it took me 2 or 3 days. You don't do any television, huh?
There's a couple of satellite TV.
Uh-huh.
We have a Channel 1 network.
That's right, yeah.
Goals, but that's it.
Is Channel 1 the one that does the news in New York City?
No, it's actually broadcast directly into classrooms for...
Oh, it's not the Channel 1 that does the news?
No.
In New York City?
No.
It's for classrooms?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was an interesting book. I was glad to see Vegetarian Times because I'm a vegetarian.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And so I was glad to see that. Yes, my number is 914-949-9495.
I can't tell what it's regarding, or?
Was it regarding?
Yeah.
Well, we've been friends for quite a few years.
Okay.
So, no, it's...
All right.
It's just,
All right, I'll pass the message on to him.
just a call one friend to another. How is he? How is Tom?
Oh, great, great. Very busy, but very good.
Is he all tired out?
Oh, he's very busy, yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on? Been non-stop.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
And I apologize for missing. You got my message, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, I apologize for missing the appointment on August 14th.
Oh, right.
Really sorry
Oh, no problem.
about that.
These things happen.
All right. And what is a rare book?
I don't know.
It's a book you loan somebody and they return it.
That's good.
Okay, you take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Let me get my breath because I ran in from outside.
Oh, okay. It's a good day for that.
Yeah. Well, I had to get the mail had just come in, so what?
Hi, Dean Cosensi. What do you think about these high oil prices?
Well, I may have good news if somebody's listening and they want to do something about it. The outrageous oil prices are nothing more than legalized larceny of the people, of the consumers of the United States and elsewhere in the world, where they charge these outrageous prices. My experience goes back to as a young man in mostly in Venezuela. Right after I came out of the army, I had an opportunity to get involved with the pre-OPEC view of as a solution to the abuses of the international oil companies. Now, in Venezuela especially, and I limited this to my talk to my knowledge in Venezuela, at that time between the years, now I spent 13 years on this, from 1955 until 1968, when I think they put the OPEC, the year they put OPEC into place, and then they had a time period after that of 4 or 5 years when it became operative. Now, when I started down there in Venezuela, I found out that the oil was selling anywhere from 75 cents to $1 a barrel of oil, which is of approximately 42 gallons, a little over 42 gallons to a barrel of oil. And they were, that is what was being paid. Now, the oil that was actually being extracted was twice the amount that they were paying for, because they used half of the amount that was being extracted was used for bribery of local people that they had to depend on, working forces, supervisors, local politicians, and things of that nature, in order to justify to get involved with the demographics as well as the local political and social and cultural situations. So as a result, we were getting oil. Oil was retailing here in the United States for about 6 cents a gallon, and we went that way for until about 1973. Now, in that year, I had been doing business with Nigeria, and I became the agent of one of these tribal chiefs from Nigeria, out in bribes and so forth. Now, this money has never been reclaimed, although it was one of the reasons why the politicians in the different countries sought to correct the situation where under OPEC they have nationalized the oil, so that all the oil is property of the nation, of the sovereignty in which it exists. Whereas before, the oil belonged to the oil company as they took it out of the ground. So in order, they said, well, look, you're stealing all of this oil, that's our money, and so forth and so on. So finally, they resulted in the OPEC agreement. Now, the OPEC agreement was put together largely by the State Department of the United States, and of course, it was followed by the Royal Dutch Shell of Holland and England.
This will make up to 90 copies a time. It's just like the other one, you see, the one that's down on the floor.
90 per...
Of stolen oil accrued to the oil company,
but anyway,
and the people didn't get anything. Well, I think it's time that we got some of this money back. It's an unpaid mortgage on the greed that is now being demonstrated, shown by these local politicians who just want to steal more money and charge the working people of the world for their excesses, and so that's what I'm saying essentially, is that there are unpaid mortgages that belong to the people, which have created allowed. There was forbearance during many years from the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s. There was this forbearance for the oil companies that allowed them to steal oil and aggrandize themselves, and now we're not in a position to do anything because they, in a sense, the politicians have taken control of the oil, and there is no way that the people can be paid back this mortgage. So I think the governments, because the government's made it possible, the department, especially the Department of State of the United States, was very protective of the oil companies, not only in Venezuela, but even in the Middle East and in North Africa. So I think that it's time for the people to say, wait a minute, oil company, wait a minute, oil companies as well as the Department of State, you people have a debt owing to the public, and we have to get back those prices, that properties that was stolen from us, when you people were not checked when the arrangement of exploitation had been changed. So that's what I'm saying, is that we've got to let the State Department know that they've got to do something about controlling the oil price. Now, of course, this is not the only phase of irregularity of the oil companies. There are many other facets to this. They stole money in 1,000 different ways. And if we read today's New York Times, Brazil all of a sudden is uncorking its oil wealth that had been kept for the past 50 years, had been kept untapped, allegedly because they wanted to sell more ethanol, which is a renewable crop of organic grasses and weeds, and anything that grows will produce ethanol, and they sell that largely as a substitute in Brazil. But now, all of a sudden, today's time, they want to open up the oil wells, which they've known about for the past 50 years, and they've kept them tapped because they wanted to keep the oil price up. So now all of a sudden they want to invest $33 billion to take more money, steal more money from us, where they've been stealing the money from us by denying us this access to this wealth, and it's all conducted through the Department of State. Nothing happens without the crooks in the Department of State.
Gene, can't you terminate yourself gracefully, please?
Okay. Well, you were kind enough to listen to me. Okay, good. I think I've got the idea for there's a mortgage on the oil companies. They owe us money, and they got to pay us back, and they got to reduce the oil prices. If they're honest. If they're not honest, well, God help us.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry that I made you mad.
All that you say is good, but I wish you'd just learn to turn yourself off.
Okay, you're very kind to me. I get so enthusiastic when I guess it's your voice. You trigger my memory in a way that my tongue doesn't stop speaking.
Thank you very much for sending me that BronxNet schedule.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, you got it.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I got it soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Tomorrow is the oral argument.
Oral argument is...
Before the Second Circuit.
Oh.
I have an argument before the Second Circuit tomorrow.
All right. Now, what time is that?
Oh, it's at 10 o'clock, but I don't recommend you come down.
Okay.
It's just too much of an effort.
Okay.
Okay, Gene.
Thank you.
I'll try to call you Saturday.
Okay.
All righty.
Good.
Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, fine, thanks. My Canon copy machine?
Yeah.
It works perfectly. After all these years. 2 years, I think.
Yeah, longer than that, didn't you?
Well, I had the PC-1, and then you took the PC-1 in for the parts and gave me the other one for $200.
Right.
The PC-300, what is it?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Now, you have a Canon that will take 10 sheets at a time? And we have to hurry, and we have to go to take the 93
Calling the United States District Court in Alabama, Glendora versus the City of New York.
I wonder if you could tell me if you received my complaint.
Okay, and what is your name?
Glendora is the name of the plaintiff.
Glendora?
Yes.
Okay, how do you spell the last name?
It's one word, G-L-E-N-D Donald, O-R-A.
Okay, and this was with Judge Nelson's court?
That's why I'm calling to see to whom it was assigned and to get the docket number.
Okay, did you call the clerk's office?
I did, but it's a recorder. There isn't anybody there.
All right, hold on just a moment.
Okay, thank you. This is the United States District Court, Alabama. Okay, I guess the thing to do is to call back and leave a message on the recorder and ask them to call.
Wednesday, 7:36 p.m.
Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
That has been, let's see, that has been assigned to Judge Acker, and I'm going to transfer you to his secretary.
Oh, thank you very much. Could I have his number?
Yes, his name is William M. Acker, Jr.
William, M as in Mary.
Right.
Acker, A-C-K-E-R?
Yes, ma'am.
Or Junior. Oh, thank you ever so much. And his telephone number is what?
Okay, his office number is
278.
278-1880.
1880.
That's right.
Oh, thank you very much, and you're going to transfer me.
That's right.
Oh, appreciate it.
You're welcome, and that's area code 205.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hold just a moment.
Yes.
Bob and Pete said they could be professional athletes if it weren't for one thing, sinus problems. We couldn't find anybody to sign us. We couldn't find anybody to sign us.
I'm away from my desk at the present time. Please leave a message. I'll record your message at the tone. When you're finished, hang up or stay on the line for further options.
Carol Logal, this is Glendora, and Diane tells me that the case has been assigned to Judge Acker. I was wondering if you'd be so kind as to call me and give me the case number. And if you'd be so kind as to tell me the status of my case. My number is 914-949-9495. And what do you call a miniature guppy? A microfiche. Thank you.
And one message in mailbox 4. Mailbox 1. Wednesday, 4:15 p.m.
Hello, Thomas.
Glendora.
Oh, the oral argument yesterday was brilliant.
How was it?
Brilliant.
Hey, what was your case?
Well, that was the case of the court officer, who beat us up. He socked Franklin in the jaw and knocked him on the floor. And then he inflicted 6 bruises on him.
Hello, my name is Wade.
And then he turned coward and said that he never touched us, he didn't do it, but we attacked him.
My number is
And so
212-788-1229.
the U.S. Attorney went after us and the FBI arrested us. And it was about 9 months of litigation. So I filed a suit immediately against them all when they did that.
This is your civil suit?
No, this was the criminal one.
This is a criminal case.
Yeah.
Your criminal conviction is on appeal.
Yeah, and that's what was argued yesterday.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, the Legal Defense Society, what's it called?
Legal Aid Society?
Yeah, they defended Franklin. She did a good job yesterday. And I really let the U.S. Attorney know the things he had committed. I know it, and I let the judge know. And the judge is good, Calabrese, you know him?
Yeah, I know Calabrese.
Yeah, he's a Yale law professor, Yale Law School. And he hated it.
He used to be district court judge up there in District, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Robert Conroy calling from New York City parking violation.
No, you're not thinking of
regarding
Cabranes, are you?
a package correspondence.
Yeah, Cabranes is Puerto Rico.
Parking violation.
No, Calabrese. Yeah, no. But you're right, Cabranes is up there in Connecticut.
Regarding summons
Oh
from
yes, no question about it. Jose.
contact our helpline at 718.
You know, one time I was doing an oral argument before, and then I said something, I said, no way, Jose. And he says, you got the first name
Have your
right.
license plate number or
I didn't know his name was Jose.
numbers available when you call. Once again, that number is area code
So
718.
anyway, that one's good. So what are we going to do with Charles Foreman, who violated the law on 4 counts?
Thank you and have a good day.
First of all, listen, you know, you got to realize something, you know, with regard to
Friday,
this
8:11 a.m.
I'm going to help you, but just let me say
Glendora, I didn't understand that joke.
now, it should,
This
you
is
know,
Tom DeLuca.
you're paying to get the corporation, not Charles Dolan, not Charles
My cell phone
Dolan.
number is 917-723-7749. Thank you.
Your request to see the books is addressed to the corporation. Anything else to any other officer of the corporation is completely superfluous. It's totally unnecessary. And to some extent, I imagine they do it for us. And we have what is intention. I just want to point that out. I'm not going to repeat
Number 1, you can't copy. Number 2, you're not a shareholder, Franklin. Glendora has to be here. And number 3 is...
Actually, see, if your request said you or your agent
Yes, I did.
Again on 9/14.
then you've got an appointment. See, if it was an attorney at law, I mean, I would sit right down with you. Please be advised that
Thank you so much, Paul.
the agent for the purpose, and then you could...
Oh, thank you.
I agree. Now, I got a question for you.
Friday,
What do you want? Do you want the records?
I want, yes, I want the minutes, and I want the books.
If you like, link it up with the shareholder. You call back and I'm going to pick it up. Because, you know, it's, it's drying up. This is the easiest one to get. Call me back later, thank you. What are you going to do with the shareholder record, if I might ask?
Well, first of all, I told you, I want to solicit their proxies of the biggest shareholders.
Right. You know the stolen control company, and you're, excuse my language, pissing on the wind.
No, I don't excuse your language, but I certainly got your concept.
All right, good. Because he's controlling shareholders. And 8:40 a.m. I'm a shareholder of this little dinky company. I don't like what's going on. And I know I'm a big position. And the shareholder meeting was last week. No, but...
T as in Thomas?
Yes.
T-R.
No, I think there's something wrong.
A-O.
Okay.
A-M-O.
I think something wrong.
M as in Mary.
Yes.
Oh.
Into a family corporation.
Okay, Wade. Yes, I'm returning your call.
The reason I was calling is there was no index number on the complaint that you filed.
I understand it has been assigned.
Okay.
And I can give you the name of the judge, but I cannot give you the index number yet.
Okay.
But I'm sure it's been assigned or it wouldn't have an index number. So hold on and I'll give you the name of the judge.
Do you see that? I'm sure that's how you're listed.
Yeah.
That's how you listed. Now there's Glendora.
Yeah, the broker did that.
Dora.
The broker did that.
Right, right, or the transfer agent did that.
No, the broker.
And,
Judge William.
William.
M as in Mary. Acker. A-C-K-E-R Junior.
I'm sorry, spelled by the A-C-A.
No, A-C-K. K as in Kenneth.
Gotcha.
E-R.
E-R.
Junior.
Junior.
Yeah.
And he's in the Northern District of Alabama.
Yes. Would you like that number?
Sure.
205.
205?
Yes.
Well, that's what the
278.
says.
278?
Yes. 1800.
1800.
My agent
That's
or
right.
an attorney?
Okay, what's the disposition of the case in your office?
I barely looked at it. Without the index number, I didn't know what to go on with there. And then, I'm still,
Of course, they call it a case number.
analyzing. Yes, the case number.
They call it a case number. I'll tell you some other things that happened. I got a call from,
Number 4. His form is completely wrong. That he couldn't show us the records anyhow.
from Robert Kornberg at the New York Parking Violations Bureau.
Robert Conroy.
Yes, 718 422
422
7800.
7800.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Is he who have you been in touch with over there? Because
What do you mean before I called the suit?
Yeah, is there anybody in the...
Yeah, oh yeah, Stephen.
Your case?
Yes, definitely. Michael Phillips.
Michael Phillips?
Yes. You know his number?
Yeah.
You want me to give it to you?
No, that's okay.
And also San Marco.
Okay.
And that would be it. Other than the various health centers.